They would then bring your sorbet. It's not, you wouldn't have your sorbet plate here, or sometimes they serve sorbet in a stem glass to be really fancy. Or in most cases, they serve in a small bowl, a small cute bowl. But it's time for your sorbet. At restaurants, you would not already have your plate here, your entree plate, but they will bring the sorbet, place it in the center if they're chargers, or just place it on the tablecloth right in front of you. And you would use your dessert spoon. If they haven't brought a spoon for the sorbet, you can use your dessert spoon, and they will provide one if you need it for dessert. Now your palates are cleansed. You've had your soup, you've had your salad. There's no taste of salad dressing on your tongue or on your palate, and you are ready for your entree.
Okay, Ariel, let's talk about all of the utensils at your placement. Okay, now the small fork on your left, pick it up for me. It is for your
salad.
Okay, the larger fork.
Here,
The largest portion of your meal is your
entree.
Good. Now let's go to the other side where we have a knife and a spoon. That tiny spoon is for what?
Tea.
Good. Now let's go to the knife on the side. Yes. What is that knife for?
The entree.
Good. And suppose you were in a restaurant and there's a second knife. What is that? What would that knife be for?
The salad.
The salad. Good job. And that big spoon is for? What is that called?
Soup.
Yes, that's for the soup. Now let's go to the utensils at the very top of your plate. What are they for?
Dessert.
They're for what?
Dessert.
Good job. Okay, Cedric and Ariel are going to demonstrate the European style. Are you ready, guys?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's pick up our utensils. Index fingers in place. Let's make sure. Beautiful, Cedric. Beautiful, Ariel. Okay, and we're cutting our chicken breast, holding the chicken breast in place, and we're cutting gracefully. Great job. European style, we're finished cutting that piece. What do? Place your wrist and pivot. Good job. Let's cut again. Good. Finish cutting that piece. Rest your wrist on the edge and pivot it. Good. Let's get some mashed potato on the fork. Scoop it on. Ariel, remember, we're scooping it on. Good job. Yes. Okay, let's rest our wrist and pivot that. Let's get some more mashed potato just to be sure that it's done. Good, Ariel. Excellent, Cedric. Rest your wrist and pivot. Okay, now sit up straight. Let's get let's say some rice on the fork. Place your fork flat and bring your, good, excellent. Scoop it onto the fork. Rest your wrist and pivot it. Excellent. Let's get some more rice. Scoop it on. Rest your wrist and pivot. Now, what's the pause position in European style? An upside down V. Okay, now in European style, your fork should always face downward. Good job. Excellent job. Now, what's the finish position in European style? 5 o'clock. Woo, woo. Give yourselves a hand. So Abigail will do the American style, hands in your lap. Okay, American style. Now, Abigail, pick up your utensils. Index fingers in place. Beautiful. And we're cutting. Good. Slow down gracefully. Okay? You got to actually cut. Like, yes. You're finished cutting that piece. Place your knife at the top. Good. Switch your fork since you're right-handed and enjoy that portion. Okay. It's time to cut again. Switch your fork back to your left. Retrieve your knife. Index fingers in place. And we're cutting. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're finished cutting that piece. Good. Great. Excellent. Now, it's time to take a drink. Abigail, 5 o'clock. That's your pause position, right? Yeah. Good. Reach for your glass, holding it at the stem, taking a drink, looking into the glass. Beautiful. And you've taken your sip. Now it's time to retrieve your fork and your knife. Beautiful. Index fingers in place. Excellent. And we're cutting. Good job. That's your last piece. Place your knife at the top. Switch the fork and enjoy. Good. Now you're finished. What's the finished position in American style? Fork always facing upward. Good job. Woo! Index fingers in place. Beautiful. Okay, now it's time to dine American style. We have chicken breast on our plate. Let's cut the chicken breast. Don't be nervous. You're doing great. Okay, hold the fork still because the fork is what holds the actual food in place. Good. You're finished cutting that piece. What do you do with your knife? American style. Great. You're left-handed, so you keep the fork in your left. And you enjoy that portion. All right, it's time to cut again. Retrieve your knife. Make sure your fork is properly in your hand. The handle in your palm. The handle in your palm. Good, and like that. Okay, great job. Let's keep doing it. Beautiful. You're finished cutting. Knife at the top. Put it all the way at the top so it won't be in your food. Good. And we're enjoying that portion. Good. Now it's time to cut again. We're going to cut until I'm secure. I'm comfortable with you holding your knife and fork properly. Let's retrieve our knife and holding the fork properly. Good. Good job. And we're cutting. Great. We're finished cutting that piece. Good, and we're enjoying that portion. Okay, remember, try not to meet your food. Bring your food to you. Just lean forward slightly and bring your food to you. Okay? Beautiful. Now it's time to take a drink. You place your utensils in the 5 o'clock position. Remember, oh, good, American style, 5 o'clock. Place your fork in the 5 o'clock position. Your knife stays at the top. And you're taking a drink. Holding it at the stem, looking into the glass. Great job. You've taken a sip. Delicious. Now it's time to retrieve your fork. Retrieve your fork, yes. And retrieve your knife. Okay. Index fingers in place. Okay, turn your fork over. Yes. And we're cutting one more time. Good job. Good job. And we're finished cutting. Good. Enjoy that last portion. Right. Just lean forward, not bring your head down. Good. Now we're finished. 5 o'clock position, utensils, fork facing upward in American style. Yes. Finished position. Your finished position.
Oh, the knife.
You want the knife to join the fork. Good job. Push up the knife a little so it won't hang so far off. Good job. Give her a hand.